Wanderers, welcome to the Wandering Dutchman podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over there at Dubois County Tire and Supply.
The Wandering Dutchman podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wandering Dutchman podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah, yeah. The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wandering Dutchman podcast, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. Today's episode is brought to you by Dubois County Tire and Supply. Get over there and see our buddy and friend of the program, Zeth Whitsitt. Say hi. He's my tire guy over there. I bought a few sets from him, and they'll get you taken care of right away. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Episode number 365.
Full year in, huh?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Boys, how we doing?
Muy bueno.
A little muggy in here. I've had the AC running since Sunday, but on a higher temperature until this afternoon.
Yeah, it's good in here.
I just sweat a lot.
Hey, nothing, a little ice cold beverage can't hurt. And Dave forgot it. He forgot his. He's going to go off camera right now. He's going to walk over there to the fridge. And he's going to get him something out of there.
Unbelievable.
He's probably going to get him a Propel water.
Yeah.
It's a Propel water for nope, I lied.
Some Sprites.
It's
For the farmers.
It's a ginger ale for his tummy. His little tum is sensitive. No, he's got a couple cold bush lattes for the farmers. We support the farmers around here.
Big time.
Speaking of supporting the farmers, there's some corn that's going to be needing to be harvested by the end of August.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some other corn that ain't going to be ready for
Yeah,
harvest
that's
by
very
the end of
true.
August.
Going to be more traditional there, probably a little later. But the Sang boys up there around Dubois, as I've had to take the kids up to the mother-in-law's this week in real time, that corn's got tassels. And
Really?
Oh, my goodness, that stuff.
So's my grass.
Yeah, it's went to seed in the back, buddy.
Well, hey, Dave is smart that way. Lets it go to seed, lets the seed drop as he mows through, and then
Yeah.
he keeps his grass that way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, Papa Frank would tell you it's getting hot out there. You got to cut it a little higher than usual,
Keep
or
the
it's going to
weeds-
die.
Keep the weeds out, too.
So it's all part of it. Gentlemen, let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. We went viral.
Is that
Yeah.
considered viral? I think.
Oh,
a
yeah,
million's
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Over 4 million views on a 16-second clip. We have...
Titties.
Do you know... Do you know how many reels and shorts I have posted? And some dumb throwaway one where it comes from our friends at WBDC. Shout out Curdy G, Mrs. Curdy G. Hope you guys are well. They're listening to us on the way in real time to celebrate their first wedding anniversary. So God bless them. Good folk. They went East Coast for a little baseball, some different things like that. You know, just a throwaway thing where you don't know if anything's going to pop. This is going to sound weird. I've seen it brewing. We had some that got to like the 3 and the 4 and the 5.
1,000.
And that one posted on a Friday afternoon. And another friend of the program, Sheila Windholt, did like the crying emoji face, like laughing. I was like, oh, that's cool. It kind of popped a little bit here locally. That's cool. And then you guys texted. I kind of been living under a rock. And you're like, did you see what that's doing?
I had no idea until Dave took a screenshot of the analytics of it. And I was like,
That's
holy
insane.
shit, that said
Yeah.
like
That was an
million,
M.
million on behind
Yeah.
that.
Well, then here's another.
Nearly doubled our followership on the
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, we got over 5 now. We're
50,
legit.
Almost 5,200.
We're a legit operation, and it's still kind of circling the globe,
Yeah.
which is good. And this is just to tell you how bad we are at running this as a business.
No, don't tell him.
No monetization on it.
Everything I'm running had monetization, boys.
You
Yeah.
mean to tell me we could have made $6,000 in 2 hours?
Yep. Well, we did that up.
Thanks a lot, Mark Zuckerberg, you doucher.
Well, here's the thing. It's if you ever get in to do it, it's kind of a mess. And then I thought I had gone through and did all that stuff, and then finally I just went through and I was like, to hell with it. And then I was like, it took less than 5 minutes. I'm an idiot. But some things we just do for the people, not for ourselves. We've always said this show's for us.
I went into the local hardware store this morning. First thing out of the gate, we were working on some stuff and had to get some parts and do some shopping. And I went to check out, and one of the guys behind the counter was like, "Hey, what was that thing you guys were talking about on Facebook? Man, I had me laughing so hard the other morning. I got up and seen that on there. Something about titties." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, did you see that?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I did." I said, "Yeah, you and 4 million other folk." And he's like, "No shit." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that one went big." And then I told him, is the 40% of people, say that this makes them smile when they see it automatically. And it was sunset was actually the answer, not titties. But
well, and a lot of there's a few comments that have just been hilarious, and one of them
like
was like
our titties, like just look down, big guy.
And then there was one that he was like, "I thought they said Denny's."
There's actually quite a few where they
He's like, "I thought they said Denny's," and I was like, "Yeah, Denny's makes me happy. I can go for the win. Slam for the win."
He said, "My fat ass is over here thinking Grand Slam."
Yeah. So, no, that's cool, but we're not gonna let the fame change us. Hey, shirts coming out soon that just say titties on there.
Oh yeah.
If we were a smart business, we'd already have them printed. But no, hell, that's fun. We got it just. Anybody, like, you can go to YouTube right now and you can type how to go viral, how to do all that other stuff. And the thing of it is, they all pontificate about this and that and this and that. But there's not a single one of them that freaking knows.
No.
It's a complete, you might as well go.
It's a fluke.
Spit in the wind and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's just like on, more inside baseball.
That one TikTok that I did, that's probably been close to 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That went because we ain't put anything on TikTok.
Yeah, 600,000-700,000, and that we were talking about CPAPs.
Yeah.
Which, granted, we got roasted pretty hard in the comments on that, but
true.
Hey, comments are good. Anything.
Comments is what generates it.
Any press is good press.
Yeah.
I read through a bunch of the shares. So I read through a whole lot of comments, and there's like 4,000 of those. More than that. But there's also like 4,000 shares, and a lot of those shares, people were tagging folks and saying stuff, and there's a whole shit pot of comments.
Well, one of them,
37. When I looked at it last, it was like almost 40,000 likes.
One of them was like a Red Lake Lodge or something like that. They took our reel, and then they sublimated, like, looking out from theirs over a sunset, and that was pretty cool. But I don't know. It's wild. And then
you're welcome. Just send the royalties to the Wandering Dutchman LLC.
P.O. Box 175. But the funny thing of it is, I was sitting in Directors and we were talking about it. I was like at work, and somebody had heard, "You had something hit 4 million? What was it?" I was like, "We can't discuss it here." We can't discuss it here.
Yeah, I had some people go, "Hey, I've always heard you had a podcast, but something just popped up on my Facebook." It's like, what did it say? I was like,
Yeah,
no.
X-nay on the itties tay.
Yeah, X-nay on the itties tay. Yeah.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
So
It's cool. The funny thing is, like, today, it was something that got brought up. We were sitting there and at lunch, and a friend of mine was like, "Check this post out." This kid literally put this on Instagram. And it was a photo of something that's illicit and illegal in the state of Indiana. And I said, "Yeah, it's just a picture of whatever." And he said, "Yeah, but he has like 2,000 followers on Instagram. Like, why would you post that shit online knowing that you've got thousands of people that are going to see that, And I'm like, never in 1,000 years would I ever have thought about views until you become, a content creator, and that's just how that whole thing works, And it does make sense, you got to watch,
for the most part.
Well,
and I tell you, it's interesting. You go through and you look at some of those profiles, and a lot of those people are content creators or, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes you wonder if they're looking for like, hey, you follow me, I'll follow you back, and do that stuff, which we haven't done any of that.
In with the back scratching,
Yeah. But
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Needing some tickets.
Yeah.
We were watching Tires earlier.
Tires is funny.
It is
That's
good.
a good.
I bet Shane Gillis would enjoy sitting in the lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet he'd have a
He'd probably
blast.
hang. Yeah.
I bet he'd have a blast.
Miranda Schwinghammer's brother and Miranda bumped into him and Post Malone at Nashville at a limited, like a small private event that he had won tickets to. Like, I don't know how he got in, but yeah, they got pictures with Shane and everything else.
Oh, really?
It's like a normal dude.
Well,
Pretty cool.
Those guys, first off, to break it through in the world of comedy,
Oh my God.
you have to have like
You gotta
the
be a
thickest
fucking legend.
skin.
You gotta be a legend.
And you have to be you have to be super intelligent, like Bert Kreischer
oh man.
and like Tom Segura and those guys. Like what they do, like they portray themselves like you would think that like, oh my God, these guys are idiots. But then when you start to think about it a little bit, and you realize that Bert Kreischer has made millions upon millions of dollars
telling jokes with his shirt off.
telling jokes with his shirt off, but it all
Do we
started
just need a manager?
because he was at Florida State for 7 years and had some wild stories because he was a shithead kid that loved his pot, loved to drink, loved to party, and didn't care about school.
Went to Russia, and they called him the machine.
The
and
machine.
got in a fight with some Russian gangster mob dudes. And that's a wild deal, man.
But you know what I mean? But those guys, they also learn probably some of it. It'd be interesting to know, but I think like a lot of comedians, the reason they become business savvy is because they have to do it on their own.
Well, yeah.
When they get started, those guys are on their own.
Well, just like friend of the program, Curtis Crow. Like,
Hey, Curtis, real quick. I know in real time your dad just had open heart surgery.
Yep.
But when you watch this in podcast time, we hope you're still doing well.
We're thinking of him. But that's what he was saying. That he would double book. Where he would go on business and stuff for his work, Chicago or wherever these things. And at the end of the workday, he would. I'm going to go hit up an open mic. Just walk into some Joe Blow nowhere and hope for a bucket pull to get his name drawn, just to get those chops.
Yeah.
Well, but that's so
where
weird. Like I feel like I'm a funny guy, and people think, and I can pull a laugh, but I can't like. I could never do like a stand-up. It's just not in me.
But I think the thing of it is you have to do it to what your personality is. You have to match your comedy to your personality.
I literally seen one today that was a guy that was dressed as an 80-year-old man, and it was so cringy to listen to him talk until you get to the punchline, and you're like, holy shit, this guy's slaying.
Yeah, but like the thing of it is like some of it is writing jokes, but some of it is where you take story.
Yeah.
And that's I'm
you
just a
make
storyteller.
You're not a storyteller?
I feel like I am.
Me too. But Curtis, remember when we had Curtis on, we were talking about that whole storytelling world. He said that could be tough because, like with me, I am a horrible storyteller because, like I could eat up 40 minutes in one shot.
At least 37 for the one I edited
the other day. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So he goes, a lot of times you got to read the room. And with those stories, like they got to be quick hitters because you'll lose your audience pretty quick.
And that's how it is. It's all feel. But
look at that eagle on there.
Yeah.
Flying
Hey,
above
speaking
that
of eagle,
was that you that asked?
Yeah. So
is it one?
Oh no, at your house?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I was driving home. Friend of the program, pause for the cause sponsor, Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. I was like, son of a bitch, that's a bald eagle in that boy's front yard. And it was
in that hayfield.
and I texted Kriego and I was like, hey, I 100% think you have a bald eagle in the southeast corner of your field right now.
I'll be damned.
And he ran out and took a video. Big, majestic bastard. God bless America.
So there was one.
He's what is it?
One hell of a model American. There was one big one that was hanging around the big reservoir just behind the cemetery right across from Blesch's there.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. And there was actually, it was a goose that had been either hit by a car or sick or something that was laying in the road ditch. And when we were going back to town to like baseball or something, I had called the guy that owns the property and I said, hey, man, you want to see the most American shit you've ever seen? Go to the end of your driveway and up there by the creek, and there was a huge eagle eating that dead goose.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, they're scavengers.
It was wild.
They're scavengers. But he went out and he got a video clip of it. So
hell yeah,
Brother Dave, what you have been having going on?
Just work. I mean, it's cool. Just been,
Well, he went to the river He had a nice weekend last weekend.
Got to
They
go
did-
next weekend.
They got a big river trip. Gosh dang, Dave.
Well, this weekend past was family trip. This weekend coming up is the adult trip.
only trip.
Big news here, guys. Sorry, I'm predetermined on this, but big news in real time here. July the 3rd, big shout out to Holland boy Colson Montgomery getting called up to the big show. He's going to make his debut with the White Sox tomorrow night in Colorado against the Rockies.
It'll be July 4th.
July
real time.
4th. Hell yeah, man. Pretty awesome. Good for him. Neighbor boy. Just down the road here.
Hell yeah.
Yep, didn't want to come on the show.
Yeah, it's fine. He's too busy. Got shit going.
Yeah. Wonder how many reels he has for $4 million.
Yeah.
Probably not many. So
I mean, if he wants to work on a few, we'd be more than happy to
Yeah.
take him on board.
So-
But what about you? Anything?
no, man. Just beating the heat, trying to do our best. Starting early. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning is something that takes a little bit of adjustment.
Oh, really?
But I do believe, like I was telling Dave earlier, like I think I kind of like it. Like I feel like I'm more cognizant of going to bed at a decent time, getting a good solid 7 hours of sleep, waking up, and I'm trying to just gingerly sneak out of the house like a ninja, which some days I do, some days I don't.
Big.
It's a big
Ninja, yeah. But like
big back ninja.
getting into work and, getting the day started, I feel like we're more productive in the morning because you get that extra hour before break and then your lunch and stuff, and then the whole back end just
Well, and it's a little cooler. Probably easier
Yeah.
to start.
yeah. But man, I tell you what, when you get back out there after lunch, it's pretty spicy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
yeah.
asphalt, been doing a lot of asphalt because tis the season.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of sweating. Tried to entice a younger fella the other day. I told him I would give him $300 if I could wring out my bandana into a cup and he'd drink it
Makes you want to throw up.
That's
for
disgusting.
$300. And he said, "No, I'm good. We just got paid this week, so I'm solid on that." But
If it would have been a week where I wasn't getting paid,
yeah,
you might have had a
yeah.
chance.
But
That's giving me the
the ick.
queasies.
Yeah, no, man. But so the bandanas that I usually run are the
It is kind of disgusting when
like
you think about it.
the red ones or the blue ones. Cesar told me the other day that I probably need to stick with a color, so I'm not sending mixed signals to certain groups of people.
Okay.
Saying like the blue one you got to watch because that particular color could be tied to some other
On the left side.
social groups that we don't tied to, but I get that dye that kind of runs down, like the color.
Remember those American flag ones we wore a couple years back?
Yeah.
Really leaky.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Hey,
So
Jenny, you want to grab me a couple of
I had
those?
some fluid of the blue dye coming down on my shirt, So
No, I like to wear the black. Oh, never mind. Everybody knows.
the blue ones or the black ones?
Black ones.
Yeah.
Is that black or is that navy?
It's black.
Okay.
But yeah,
Thanks,
no,
my
we've
sweet.
just been we've been really banging it out. But this is our busy season, pouring concrete, doing asphalt, fixing tiles, stuff like that. Really taking advantage of the weather, but pretty tired when I get home. But
Oh, I bet.
yeah,
I bet.
so
That is.
yeah. But anyway, that's about. What about you?
Well, we are June 24th.
In the throes of it.
Yeah, we are. Little man's doing well. He's a breastfed baby, which most
Kitties.
Yep, most people would be excited about seeing their wife's tits every 2 hours, but
Well, they're off limits when they're breastfeeding, or at least that's how it was around the smoke.
well, and you're in that 6-week window too, so that doesn't help anything.
Oh,
So
yeah, it's a tough one.
every man that's had a child knows of the 6-week window, and you abide by it.
You just gotta
Obviously,
you got to tough it out.
yeah, you got to. This is where legends are made. But the other 3 have adjusted pretty well. The older 2 kind of doesn't bother him too much. Rhett Man, who thought he was probably the baby of the family, is, he and I have been spending a lot of time together lately. Just trying to, give mom some time to be present for the youngest edition. But we get about 3 hours in the night. So, for instance, we fed at 9 tonight. Janelle will take care of the 11 by herself, and then
Only 2 hours.
and then we go 2, 5, and 8. Hopefully,
So you'll take care of the 5 and 8.
well, it's a joint. Yeah,
I don't know. Recording nights seem to be hard to get home by 2.
yeah. Oh boy.
Now,
Come home with zesty nachos on my face. She may be upset.
Do you have one of those like prosthetic boobs that you
No,
that
I
you
don't.
strap
You
on?
just hold the baby while she's.
My job is to get little man changed and get him changed, make sure no spit up, write down what we had, wet or dirty, make sure the boss lady knows which tit to start with.
Oh,
you
keeping the diaper log, huh?
Well, we do it just to kind of make sure everything that's going on, but we keep a close eye on those things, and it helps us stay on track. But yeah, it's going good. I mean, tonight could be hell, but you know, that first night back at 48-hour mark, it was not a lot of sleep. But since then, he's stabilized a little bit, and he's a chow hound because we went for the 1 week checkup, and he had just a couple days prior done the weight check, and they lose a little weight after birth.
Oh yeah.
And he was 2 ounces short when he left at the weight check, so he was 8'8" at the weight check. And then when we were there down for his 1 week, which would have been 3 days later, he was 8'15".
Takes
So-
after his dad.
Oh, he and the eating or the titties,
Bofa.
both of them.
Bofa.
But it's going good. It just you forget. Like I've had to get out. Like I've been walking almost every night. Like I've gone to work just like halftime. Like I told Janelle, I was like, I've got cabin fever, and she goes, I know. Get out of the house. And I was like,
What a saint.
I just like it's I Papa Frank, I love you to death, but I think it was like he's a big cabin fever guy. He was like, got to be going, got to be able to get outside, have that freedom. And I same way. Like I just have to have some normalcy back
Oh yeah.
to not lose my mind.
Oh, yeah.
So, but everything is going good. So,
deal.
speaking of what's good, Celebration Ice on a hot day. Before we get into it, let's roll that beautiful ad. All right, big fella. Littering and
Smoking the reefer.
So, I don't know, guys. I had a very peculiar situation happen to me the other evening on my way home from work. And let me say, before we start, that was that a fart?
I think it was. Somebody let out a little squeaker
I
over
think
there.
there's a little mouse or something hanging over there. Yeah, a little trumpet going on over there. Anyway, I was on my way home from work the other day, and let me say this. This is not the first time this has happened to me, personally. I was cresting a hill, pulling up onto this big, long flat on a country road on the way home, and I seen what appeared to be like a big pile of roadkill laying in the road. And as I approach, I kind of took a double take, and I look, and I see what's happening. So there was a groundhog that had its head stuck in a soup can. And I thought, unbelievable. What a way to go. But then as I got closer, like I was just going to straddle it and keep going, the sumbitch wasn't dead. And it starts like backpedaling backwards, and I'm like, oh God. So then I slam on the brakes, and I sit there and I say, self, you know, what do we do here? Like I've got a groundhog dispatching tool like in my console that I could completely
Or you just take the soup can off.
and that's what I did.
No shit.
I
You didn't
got-
take a video?
I
You're
did.
sick.
I do have a video of
And
it.
you didn't share it for us?
Well, guys, listen.
Can we put it on the face space along with this episode?
Because it's not necessarily the best footage in the world, but
How hard are you breathing?
as
when
you
do
can
this?
see, look,
Oh shit.
like it's just a damn old. So Dave missed the first. It's a terrible video because it was kind of a frantic moment. And I was like, holy shit, I got to get this dude freed up. Like he just rolling ass around with his head stuck in a soup can, and he's backing up, and I see here, I grab a hold of him, and I had to shake the shit out of him. And look, he's just sitting there like, holy shit. And he starts panting real hard, and he's got his front legs out, like he's probably dizzy as hell, has no idea what's going on.
So you shook the can out. You didn't just pull it off.
No, because it was stuck. Because it was like So it would have probably been like, it didn't have any label on it, so I could imagine it would have been the smaller.
Oh, like the 8-ounce.
Yes, like a smaller condensed soup, or like a chicken and
Possibly
stars,
condensed milk.
something
Carnation
like
condensed
that.
milk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was a lip. So the lip and the lid was actually in there with it.
Oh.
So as he was trying to pull back, I'm sure the lid was kind of
Cinching
like
down on him.
flappering him, you know. So I really had to shake the hell out of the little bastard. So he gets out and he's doing this whole, you know, like holy shit.
You got to find your land leg.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to regain what he had
He
going
thought he
on
was
there.
underground that whole time.
And I sat there for a minute, and I was like, "Hey, buddy," you know, and he's kind of like just panting and everything. I talked to him a little bit, you know.
You got a moment to talk about your Lord and Savior
Savior Jesus Christ, because you should thank him, because I just saved your ass, pal. But I grabbed him by the nape of his neck
Oh boy.
and picked him up to get him
Give him a
off
kiss.
the road. And when I sat him down in the grass on the shoulder, he just kind of like set his head down in the grass and was like, "Man, I'm screwed," you know, blah, blah, blah. So then I'm thinking, I got a case of water in the back of my truck.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I got him some water, and I poured a little water in his mouth.
Put it in the can.
I watered. Yeah, right. I literally thought about cutting that bottle in half, like trying to put a little water dish there for him. But then I thought, that poor probably get his head stuck in that water bottle, too.
And then somebody would have come along. This is why plastic is terrible.
Well, that's where I'm going with this. So I get him, and he starts to do a little water, you know, and then he's sneezing and stuff, and then I kind of shoot him off. Like I literally pet this ground dog. Like it let me touch its back. Like he knew that he was gassed. Like he was out of fuel. And then I kind of helped him scurry off over into the honeysuckle, you know, off the road a little farther, and then I just went home.
Did you pick the can up?
No. Well, because it was already gone. Like everything was out of it. So then I got to thinking to myself, like, this is the second time. So at the mine, on night shift, we had to haul coal a really long way from our pit up to the wash plant. And I was coming back around. This is the middle of the night. And all of a sudden, the same thing. But this was like a big-ass feral cat that had its head stuck in I swear to God, it was in a Cheetos bag. Like a Cheetos Puffs bag. Like its head was stuck in this chip bag. I'm a 170-ton in-dump, stop. HID lights, you know, right there, pinned him down, and he knew something was going on, you know, so he's just like not moving. And same thing, get up there, and it's like you can hear this cat hissing, you know, and all this shit. And I grab a hold of the chip bag, and he realizes what's going on and what I am, and thoosh, there he goes. He was out of there, but it just made me think, like, I used to be, when I worked at the mine, before when you worked at the mine and you were in a piece of equipment, not up on top of the pit, but like if you were down in the pit, like after they take the coal out, like where you're dumping the gob and blah, 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 you could just throw your trash like out of your vehicle.
Well, that's how you restart growing the next
So
round
like
of coal.
then you, like, we could take our trash to work and dump it over like the bad dirt fills and stuff, you know, because there's absolutely nothing different than that in a landfill, you know. So
some would say the plastic liner. And all
anyway,
that. Okay.
But so like I just got to thinking,
This is going to go viral on crippled coal again.
He receives a $3.2 million fine in southern Indiana. Comes to find out they've been burying trash back there for 20 years.
They don't do it. It happened. I don't even think you could take trash probably the last 10 years of my employment there. Anyway, it just made
You only worked there 10 years.
No, I worked there 15.
Okay.
The thing that kills me the most about it is like people's just blatant disregard for their trash.
Oh, yeah.
Because like as a street department worker, that's one of the things on our job description is that we pick up trash. Like we'll go clean catch basins out and curb inlets and all that stuff. And the shit that you find, like trash-wise,
Like that
cucumber with
rubber
a
wiener you found that
yeah,
time.
cucumber with dildo on it, you know, butt plugs, hypodermic needles, you know, stuff like that we found. But
Good stuff.
on a certain stretch of like suburban road, I guess you would say. It's not like right down in town. It's one of the longer stretches on the outside. We literally split up into groups of 4 and basically did like a police line because like the guys that were out there mowing were like, we can't even, like we're shooting. We picked up, I bet you 200 bottles of vodka, like empty glass vodka bottles. I mean, just
Well, you don't want to get pulled over with that in your car.
right.
Yeah,
but
'cause that looks
bad. The thing that kills me is like people will literally throw. There's a habitual trash dumper somewhere that like we'll find dollar store bags that's full of like car trash that they'll just chuck it out on the road, like just chuck it out in the curb line. And I guess my question is what would prompt a person, like what thinking or brainwave would you have?
Well,
to
now,
make
when I
that
was a
okay?
high school age kid and driving, when I was young and dumb, I would, if I had like a paper sack, I would throw that out of the window because I thought, well, that's biodegradable. It's a brown paper sack.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't throw the cans and such out. But I won't even throw a paper sack out nowadays. Now, I'm not going to lie. The wind catches a receipt or something and rips it out of the vehicle. I'm not stopping to go back and find it off the side of the road. I try to catch it.
Straw wrapper,
Well,
Kleenex, something like that. That's literally going to be gone in the morning with the dew.
I'll throw fruit waste like apple cores and
Yep.
stuff.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
pitch those out.
banana peels.
whoa, just not on a
peels.
roadway. That's slippery.
Ain't you ever played Mario Kart?
Oh, I played Mario Kart.
But that was one of the things that I was thinking of, and it just
This
with
ties into last week. I thought you were going to tell us you pulled a gun on somebody.
no. Like with the turtles, the turtles and all the stuff that you see in the ocean where they get those like 6-pack plastic deals.
I've been buying 6 packs of Diet Pepsis for work,
Choked
and as
up
soon
on
as
their
I put them
necks.
in the fridge, I still cut all those little bastards.
Yep, samesies. I think some of the part of it, I think some people, they don't give a damn and they figure somebody else will come along and pick it up,
Yeah.
which is probably a big thing.
Yeah.
I think there's some that legitimately lose stuff out of the bed of their truck and have no idea.
Yeah.
But the ones that always get me is, when you have to know, like, you have your side mirrors. Like, anytime you see something fall out,
Yeah.
there's a high probability you're going to see it. So, like, these whole trash bags
Yeah.
that you'll see on the highway or on the interstate, you're like, you have to have an idea.
Now in college, I'd been known to go on a cruise or two and throw glass bottles at road signs.
That was where I was going to next. I know
out of the back window.
I know, a couple people that have very innate skills to do that. Like,
Well, when it's for game, it's okay like that.
is it though?
No, I was just saying that.
Because it's like you go down here to one of these
it would be probably more entertaining. I
speed
don't
limit
know.
sign or go around a curve sign or one of those like in the middle of the road signs, not like a stop or whatever. I guarantee you there's 400 beer bottles right next to them bastards.
And a bullet hole.
Yeah, and a bullet hole for sure.
Now that's the one that always got me. You can't tell where
Yeah.
the bullet's going to go.
No.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
I
can
know.
tell where it's going to go, but
Well, that one on 1025, that was a dead end sign. It had a few holes in it. And that's a scary thought. You're shooting down a road like that.
full of houses, yeah.
Because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
probably on the opposite side of the road shooting.
Now, I know there's a hole in a sign there in Holland, Indiana that I maybe knew how it got there.
Oh,
Yeah. Somebody bet me that I couldn't shoot it with a recurve
Oh,
boy.
from maybe a parking lot of a local establishment that we all frequent.
Interesting.
What is?
what? Is this a fart situation?
It's like a porn shoot going on back here.
That's
Folks
the
at
kind I
home,
watch.
Folks at home. Folks at home.
Yeah, we got a wild situation going on.
But yeah, anyway, I was just thinking of littering the other day when I was coming home and I seen that poor bastard's head stuck in that soup can, and I thought, man, that'd have been a hell.
Well, I'm glad you saved him.
I
pal.
did,
Until he put his head back in the soup can.
Well,
'cause he's an
nah, I
animal.
guarantee that he probably learned his lesson.
He done learned it.
Because I just thought, I wouldn't want to get my head stuck in a bucket or something and die like that. That would suck,
That's a tough.
Although,
way
I
to
mean,
go.
it's
I don't
already,
know, but you get it in
it's
there. I don't
already
know who's
tough
going to
enough.
shake you hard
It's
enough
already
from the
tough
feet.
enough to be a goddamn groundhog.
Yeah, everybody already hates you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All you do is dig holes and eat crops, you know what I mean? And now you got your head stuck in
Oh,
soup.
speaking of crops, them deer are loving that bean field
I
out
see
there
them
by
like
us.
every day.
Yeah, they getting healthy.
Yeah.
They getting healthy. That is what it is.
But yeah, littering is a terrible habit to get into, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think more so now since I have to single-handedly deal with it, you know? But I don't know.
I think the thing that gets
Put
me
your
is
freaking trash in it. Like, go to the gas station. Wait till you get home. Throw it in your own trash.
when you get to the on the interstate and you see the old piss jug laying there, and it's just like, my God, that's a tough spot.
Yeah.
That's tough.
When I worked at Nancy Bear, there was a guy that would, you know, because all them truck drivers would come in and there was a dumpster, the dumpster back there, you know, and I think I probably told you guys this before, the piss for sale. He would always, piss for sale, partially filled half-gallon jugs of piss for sale. Like it was just like the whole dumpster was full of like half-gallon or quart milk jugs just full of piss or 2 liter.
Well, the guys you see rolling down the interstate and they hook it on the side mirror.
What?
Yeah, you've never seen that?
No.
I've seen it a few times. They hook it there on the side
Get
mirror.
like a shiwi with a damn tube running to a bucket or something, maybe, you know. But
You can't go up though.
yeah, I'd have to be down on the floorboard. Mm-hmm. I don't think I don't. If I got to piss, I'm gonna stop and piss.
Oh, I'm a
I
container
stopped.
guy.
I stopped down
Huh?
in Brazil one
What'd you
day.
say?
I'm a piss in a container guy 100%.
What?
Yeah, when I would make that run back home to law, like between
Michigan.
law school and home, you're talking about a 7.5 hour drive. A lot of times, like you just didn't feel like stopping because once you got to Indy, it was pretty easy after that, and Gatorade bottle or milk jug and just be cruising and just.
Now, see, I stopped
Now, how
in
do you
Brazil
do that
one day
and
to go
drive?
visit the missus at college, and I had a piss because I
Very
had too many
carefully.
beers at the bar and didn't piss before I left. And I had a chocolate milk bottle in there, and I tried to piss in, and I tell you what, I was
It's one of them cardboard cartons that had like the squeeze, like the change purse opening on the
I
end
was
of it.
driving a 1998 Ford Escort at the time, sedan, maroon in color.
And that woman married you, and you were pissing in milk jugs in a.
But I couldn't
Ford
do it.
Escort?
Like I pushed and pushed till my eyes watered, and I had a piss so bad enough. I said, "The f- with this," and I just pulled off on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And pissed in the ditch.
That's what I do.
I get stage fright, and I was afraid going to piss on the seat.
That's my thing. I can't piss in a bottle going down the road like that. My thighs are too fat. Maybe my
hell. I was probably.
equipment's not long enough to get out there. You know, like
There's
don't
no
know.
way I could do it now. I was at least 100 pounds lighter back then, even.
Boy, son of a truck driver, you just figured it out.
Maybe if I had like a Wendy's cup or something, like a, you know, I could just.
I've done
kinda
that before too. Because then you start
trough it in.
you
there.
really start getting worried because it starts getting full to the top.
But then what do you do with it when you're done? Just dump it out the window. And
Put it in the cup holder and hope you don't forget. That 7 hour drive.
So I mean,
I just dump it out the window and paint the whole side of my car with piss. You know.
no.
what I mean?
Next time we stop, empty it out, throw it away. Like if I gotta get, because I'd have to stop and get gas. So the whole goal was to minimize stops, and like we're going down to that swamp in October again, and we're leaving.
Yeah, you're gonna make that brand new baby shit on the side of the overpass. We ain't got time to stop, damn it. Your dad, we got shit to do. Get out there and piss in the grass.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. But I told Janelle, I was like, I got to remember
4 kids and them 2 dogs. You are a freaking
You're
maniac.
an idiot.
why.
Taking them big ass dogs and all 30 of them kids down there. God damn,
There's
boy.
4.
Glutton for punishment. Just think of the memories. Like, yeah, how fucking
Remember that time Dad freaked out?
how terrible it is hauling them 200-pound dogs and 30 kids in the damn Suburban to Florida and back. Oh, man.
We're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I will turn this bus around. Dad, Monty pooped in the crate again.
No, them boys, they'll lay down in the back. They'll be all right.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's what buddy of mine's going to Gatlinburg this weekend for the 4th, and he's got a little chihuahua named Eli. And I said, what are you going to do with Senor Eli when you go? take him with us, duh. And I was like,
Not to name names.
in the
but-
cabin? He's like, yeah, we just got a pet-friendly cabin, and a take Eli. And I said, what if freaking bear eats him? One time he come in the woods and he come flying ass out of there. I didn't know, he's talking about all this shit. And I thought, we've never taken a pet. Like her parents did one time to the swamp, and the poor bastard walked off a second-story balcony and about died. But like we've never
such a bad time.
dude. He
just walked off
once again. Another little ass chihuahua, and he there was a big ass palm tree. It was it wasn't like the palm trees were like the solid leaves that are, I don't know. It's hard.
It
to
was
explain.
solid or was not solid?
It was. So like
Okay.
I felt like he thought he could just like walk out onto it. And it just bam straight to the gravel, like 20 feet to the ground. Poor little bit through his lip, and it was tragic. They thought he was gonna die. It was terrible. Yeah, R.I.P. Mason. T's and P's. Bro.
Well, Monty and Murphy, like some people take their dogs and they take them out on the beach. They do all that stuff. Our dogs literally walk in, walk out twice, 3 times a day, back in, and that's it. But they enjoy hanging out. They're black, big, heavy dogs, sand everywhere, heat. They're not real wild. Like they peak quicker now in July than what they do in December. December, you're standing out there like, hey, you dumb son of a bitch, let's go. July, you barely get the door closed and they're back in. Like Murph's barely getting off the porch to piss.
Yeah.
I feel like I would leave those dogs at home because you got neighbors that come feed and water them once a day.
No way. No way. I'm not going up there with them dogs.
They'd go to Papa Frank.
This guy was getting ready to fork out his life savings over Murphy one day when he was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have done the same thing.
Oh, that little bastard. Speaking
I'd
of
have
that,
done the same thing.
we were at Dad's, and I let him out. Monty came back. Murphy didn't. So I start walking, like, west, calling for him, whistling. All of a sudden, I just see a black flash run across. I was like, that motherfucker's running. So I run back to Dad's, get in Lady Tank, shoot down the driveway, shoot up the road. Murphy's running on 500 West like he's just out for a jog. Like I thought it was Chase Bland training, just running. I get right behind him. He jumps off into the road, like into the yard. Stop, turn on the flashers, get out. All right, buddy, come on, let's go. And he did that where he like thought we were playing, and
He's got the zooming.
Come on, fat man.
Yeah. So then he darted across the road around a bunch of pine trees and like still the same thing. I was like, come on, buddy. And then he just like running. So he came back and I was like, stay. And he did that. And I just grabbed him by the collar and we got into the vehicle.
You guys follow Dubois County Humane Society?
Oh, I saw the video of that car running off and the poor dog chasing after
Did you
it.
see that?
No.
Somebody dumped one, and the people that were like close by saw the people dump them. Like you can see the car and everything.
And then the dog chasing
And then the
after
dog's
it sped
chasing after
away.
the car and shit as it sped away.
Wow.
And then they got a photo of the dog that had came back over to his house, or the people's house that had sent the original video. And then the Dubois, the Humane Society put a post out, said, hey, if you do see this dog, do not approach it because it's skittish. Like they're setting live traps to catch the son of a bitch. But
That's tough.
I know. We live out there on that dead end road, and we've had 2. One of them we kept, and then the other one was like a big pit bull Rhodesian Ridgeback mix looking thing. I took it.
My sister had one of them Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
I took him in. Yeah, we didn't want that around, so
Yeah,
I
no,
hauled it
that
over to
riffraff.
Jasper.
We shop, don't adopt.
Yeah.
You what?
We shop, we don't adopt.
Oh.
She's a professional.
Yeah.
She's got this thing about dogs that you don't know their upbringing. You never, ever, ever, ever know.
Right.
And so that's her thing about it. Like, especially it's probably more like kid related.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
sure.
all about the kids. Because, like, our kids can climb, pull, tug. Monty and Murphy, they just, like, it's chill. Like, they understand, like, those are our humans. It's okay. But you get some other dog that you adopted that you don't know, that you realize that it was put up for, back to Humane Society because it bit a kid
When
because
your
it
daughter,
was crawling on
your
it.
daughter tries to put a set
I
of
think Dixie was that
handcuffs on it,
Yeah.
and it ends
She
up
was-
biting her.
Dixie was taken back once or twice for being.
I'd never guessed Dixie
Wouldn't
to
know
have
why.
issues.
Wouldn't know
She's
why.
not skittish or anything.
What are you thinking about?
Thinking about how big of a piece of shit somebody is to drop their dog off randomly and then watch it
Yeah,
in the rearview mirror chase after you.
Yeah.
Like, you're a real piece of shit.
loser.
Loser doesn't even cover it. They deserve to get beat. So I've had a rash of
Better get that looked at.
inopportune moments lately. And I got 2 of them off the top to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The first one was the morning of said child's birth, when you go in for that whole process,
Sure.
they do a little thing they call breaking the water because it doesn't happen naturally. Now, it's not really, well, it does happen naturally, but in this situation,
It did.
it didn't because we're in there for inducement. And inducement, by definition, is we're trying to induce the baby to come out.
Yeah. Exit the womb.
Yeah, so I had been holding in a shit because the nurses coming and going, and it's the women's hospital. It's not, the dad's
truck
hospital.
stop.
Yeah. So I really tried to be self-conscious about it, and finally got to the point I told you, I was like, I got to go in and shit. Like, I have to. Like, I got my morning constitution. So I go in there. Everything's great. And I walk out as we're pulling the proverbial plug, and I about lost everything in my stomach because it's not just water. Like, that's the movies show it as water, but it's a lot of other stuff. And
Never mind.
like, I cracked the door just enough to see old Doc doing what she was doing, saw some of the remnants of what was going on, and I just closed the door. And the nurse was like, "Oh, you can come out." I was like, "I don't need to see that. That's something I could go my entire life without being a part of." Second one, we took Reese down for his 7-week appointment. And down on the first level,
7-day.
7-day
Yep.
appointment, and you go on to the main level there in Medical Office Building 2, there's a single stall, single shooter, like that is a main hallway. Don't even think about knocking. Handle, door opens. Guy sitting there just taking a shit. He and I lock eyes. And he was like, "Did lock the door, did I?" I was like, "Nope." And he's sitting there. He's got his shirt like rolled up.
Oh yeah.
He's really into it deep. And we locked eyes, and I was like, and he's like, "I didn't lock the door, did I?" I go, "Nope, sorry." And just kind of like snuck my way out. So that I just had those 2 opportunities where, like, you just walk in at like the wrong moment. And first off, if you're going to shit in a public restroom that's a 1-stall that's on a busy hallway
Thoroughfare.
outside of the Deaconess urgent care, pediatric urgent care, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's right across from urology, where they tell you, like, "Hey, don't piss in here first until you see whoever you need to in urology." And I just, like, most people lock the door and and you're like, oh, sorry. Some people do give the knock and then go. And I was just like, I don't see the light on. I don't think I see the light on. I'm just going. And then it was, "Oh, hey, pal, you need the paper? Like, everything okay?" So, I don't know. Just didn't know if you guys had any lately.
Oh yeah, lots of them. I've been busted in the women's restroom shitting before, traveling, like where there's a big line and you're doing the whole thing. It's like your bowels are like a balloon getting ready to bust.
Yeah.
The men's is locked up, and there ain't nobody in the women's, and then I got to go and just destroy the women's restroom, which is 90% of the time cleaner than the men's, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then, like, you get a couple knocks while you're shitting, and you're thinking, "Oh, they're going to be waiting when I get out." And sure enough, they get out. You walk out of the bathroom, and there's like 2 or 3 of them lined up waiting to get in to piss. And
Hey, sweetheart, seat's warm. You're good.
You're like, man, I am so sorry. And she's like, yeah, like most of the time they're pretty understanding. One time they were pretty understanding. Another time this lady was being a real bitch. You know what I mean? And, yeah, well, I hope you get a good whiff of that one I left in there for you, But yeah, that's definitely happened before. I've been walked in on before. Poop.
Like not locking the door.
Oh, yeah, screwing up like that, yeah.
Always lock the door.
Well, when you're in a frantic, whenever it's like one of those Code Brown situations where you ain't
When you gotta go right
I
now.
don't give a damn what's happening,
Yeah, this guy, like you could tell by the look on his face, he thought he had done everything he needed to. But then when we locked eyes, and first off, if you're a grown ass man, why is your shirt like pulled up by your nipples?
I take my shirt off sometimes. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I don't know why. I just
Take your shirt off.
Yeah, like the hook in the stall. Like it's mostly for like your coat or your hat or whatever,
That's what most people would use it for.
Yeah, like I don't know, skin my shirt off. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like when I was a kid, like my mom.
Get naked to take
Yes,
your shit.
100%. Yes, sir. Yeah, 100%. Big time naked shitter. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I was like that or whatever, but like all the time.
Even like not even like you're getting ready to take a shower. Like
No
you
way.
would shim naked.
Yeah, 100%.
Go take a shit and then redress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then my parents, like where their bathroom is like it's on the south side of the house, so like the window is facing the south, and it would be 16 below zero outside. And like they had the frosted glass window and all that stuff. And like if at night, you know what I mean? Like I would get naked, shut the light off. And what are we doing that for?
Grow up, Jenna.
Like I would be naked in the bathroom, shut the light off, and then open the window and like shit naked in the dark just to like watch outside, like look outside. Weird tactics. I mean, I'm fully aware, but
Hey.
big time. Like no, I like not anymore since my kids are older now. Like like I've got an older daughter and son and stuff. My kids are whatever, but like shit with the door open all.
Nope. I locked the door. I don't want any interrupters.
Yeah, like I was a big open door shitter for a long time. Even when I lived with some roommates, like they're like, "God, shut the door, you weirdo!" And I'm like, I don't like locked doors, vato. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
When you live in a fraternity house for 4 years, you get pretty comfortable like pissing, shit, and showering anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like there was multiple times because we had like communal showers. It was like a U shape, but like you didn't like face each other. Like you faced
that'd
the
been
wall.
awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Set up for the circle jerk.
yeah.
Come wash my back.
Yeah. So if you were the only one in there, it was nice because you could take one shower head, point this way, point that other shower head. Like when remodel happens on 1025, like completely going to be a 2 shower head guy because that'll be great. But you'd walk in to like take a shower and you'd be like, oh, old boy's getting a blowy in the corner. I guess I will shower later. Like,
oh really?
yeah,
Oh boy.
from a lady. Like it was his future wife. His future wife. Like they're married today, and like,
Well, good for him.
hey, you remember that time I walked in? You were sucking his dick in the shower. Hey, it's cool. Yeah, good for you guys. Made it.
Happy.
Yeah, happy for you.
Yeah, a lot of inopportune moments happen to me on a daily basis, I feel, because, and then not only like pooping or peeing or anything like that, but like when you really think you've got things going your way and, you're really confident in what you're doing, and then like your boss will show up and he's like, what you doing? Like, that's totally not right. Like, it's wrong. And I'm like, God damn it. You know what I mean? And you got to redo stuff, shit like that. That happens every now and then. Not a lot anymore, but it used to.
What about you, Brother Dave?
I really can't think of any. I know there's got to be some. I'm a super awkward guy, and I'm sure there's something that I would have thought was an inopportune moment, but I'm really drawing a blank here.
Like whenever I said, show me your tits when we were playing golf.
Very inopportune time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was very friendly until from 15 feet away you yelled, "Show me your tits," and after that it got really awkward.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be one.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Very inopportune.
Or like whenever you're getting ready to go somewhere and like you're dressed and ready to go, and then all of a sudden like somebody decides that it's time to like empty the dishwasher or like sweep the floor or something, and you're already going to be late. You know, like inopportune
like
time,
a different thing.
like inopportune times like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, does that ever happen?
Not in our household.
I think probably most of it is because I'm a home turf shitter.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
so
been
you
for a
don't
long
have those.
time.
yeah.
But coming home from California, when I went and helped my buddy pick up his younger brother from college. I think I was in Kansas, and I just had a shit. Like, there was no getting around it. So I went into the daggone bathroom, and it was like 2 a.m. So I was like, no worries here. And at the time, there was this video that my buddies had sent me, and it's this mama panda bear, and then there's a little baby panda bear, and the baby panda bear sneezes, and then it spooks the mama panda bear. You ever see that? Okay. It's super funny. But anyway, so I'm in this bathroom, and I'm checking my text messages while I'm shitting, you know, and I see that, and I thought it was funny, so I laughed. And then I watched it again, but I heard somebody come in and sit like, there's 6 stalls in here, and this joker sits right
next to you.
Well, but then I'm tickled now because of this video. And I'm trying to hold in a laugh. You ever try to hold in a laugh?
Yeah. It
But
sounds
then
the
it
worst.
turns into a giggle that was kind of like a leaking weird, like. And I was like, man, this dude must think I'm in here like jerking the gherkin, you know? What I mean? Like, doing the old 5-knuckle shuffle in here or something. But that's the closest I can think of.
That is
Unbelievable.
that's when it comes to like rest stop, like I'd rather go shit in the woods.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big like personal safety guy, and like somebody coming like right next to the stall.
That's
like
the most
you're ready to
vulnerable
fight.
you're ever at is when you're on. I got a nice holster for that Raging Hunter, and you can cross draw with it while you're on the shitter. I practiced it out because you're never more vulnerable.
Can you imagine walking into Dave's house and he's sitting there like on a 5-gallon bucket?
No, I practice on the shitter.
It's close.
Just my cross draw in case somebody came in and needed whacked. You know what I mean?
Dave, what the f*** you
you
doing?
never know when. Yeah, you're the most vulnerable ever when you're sitting there taking a shit.
Not me.
Yeah. Surprise, mother.
Oh, hell. No, it's just I had those couple moments, and, you know, poor Janelle, she's a champ, did great with the childbirthing thing. Because there's moments there. Like, if anybody's getting ready to go through the childbirth thing, just be there to be supportive. There's going to be stuff you see and hear, and there's never a good time to tell doc to throw an extra stitch in. So don't try it. Everybody
I thought you were
jokes
gonna
about
say,
it.
so you just got to do it.
No.
Yeah, no, it's just you just like be there and be like quiet.
Right.
So, well, it was wild. Like for Janelle, this wasn't inopportune. This was perfect. So our nurse, shout out Sherry, she's probably a big fan of the show by now, but she longtime veteran of the women's hospital down there, and Janelle was taking her kind of early afternoon nap. I was working, and Sherry walks in, looks at Janelle. Janelle had kind of like stirred up from her nap, goes, "Oh, you felt that? Let's have a baby." 7 minutes later, we had a baby. It was pretty good. It all worked out well. But cut the cord, changed the first diaper, did all the first last of doing all that stuff. But yeah, it was a good thing.
Good news.
And
man. Good news.
Hey, and if you are getting ready to have a kid, go buy donuts, crumble cookies, bring them back to the nurses. They'll appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Because I had never ordered crumble cookies before. You guys ever
Jenna
done it?
brings them home sometimes, and
Oh,
Those things are gnarly.
we had
she's like, "Oh, they're so." The kid's like, "I can only eat a quarter when they're so rich." I'm like, "Yeah, me too."
yeah I ordered a dozen for the nurses.
That cost you about $100.
I spent about $70 on cookies. Janelle's gonna see the credit card statement. She's gonna go, "What the f*** did you spend all this money
God,
on?"
fatty.
Yeah. So it was about $70, but it was worth it. So I got a dozen, and then I got Janelle and I 4. and like after birth and after like that post-birth meal, shout out Jersey Mike's. You were 2 out of the 4 kids. You were the post-birth meal. And Janelle was like, hey, I'd kind of like to have one of those cookies. She's like, go get your knife over there and we'll cut one in half. I said, no. We're going to eat the whole thing because I ain't sharing. So 800 calories later. And then there was 2 more that was for breakfast the next day because they are rich. So, hey, we're going to take a quick pause because it's been good in here. And the pause for the cause is brought to you by our buddy Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance, who I see on drop-offs with his girls. And it's like, hey, you girls ready to party today? And Krieg goes like, hell yeah, they are. And the girls are like, don't talk to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back. And we're back. Big thank you to Matt Krieg at Krieg Insurance. Go see our buddy Matt Krieg for all your insurance needs because he's ready for you.
Hell of a model American.
Yeah, he's a hell of a model
He's got them
American.
eagles in the front yard.
Yeah, he does.
That's right.
Brother Dave, what say you?
Okay, I got to kick this one off first with a disclaimer.
Okay.
I am 120% against bullying.
We are a anti-bullying podcast for sure.
Right.
With that being said,
Unless it involves Helen Keller and big backs, then it's fair game.
I really, really get a kick out of making fun of people. And I feel like I'm good at it. And I don't know why that's a wonder, but like I know how much I don't like bullying. I was bullied a lot as a child, but I mean I could give it back too. And with my vocal abilities and I've always been quick to be able to put a song together with just a few words. And I
Hey,
could
you
get singing
fat
a
asshole.
song about somebody's grody ass teeth and how their mom probably put out to like half of a hockey team. And really, really put somebody in their place on a school bus. But I really
sound like an old Keith Whitley tune there.
yeah, an old battle axe, buried in all sorts of wood.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was thinking about that, and
Old battle axe.
but I was
What prompted this?
I don't know. I've been in a hell of a funk lately, and as my filter falls off, and it was actually just brought up when I was at the river.
Did you threaten to harm somebody at the river
No,
again?
not this time. But we visit our friends and we become friends with their camp neighbors.
You can just say the Ritters. They would love
so
it.
Ritters, yeah, we go visit the Ritters, and
Hey, shout out Ritters.
We love the Ritters. Spadies are their camp neighbors, and this past time, Wyatt took his boat down there, and Spadies have a boy that's probably the same grade as Wyatt, but maybe a few months younger, I think. He's driving. But they went out and fished all day on the river. Not all day, all morning one day. And so we all go boating all day, and we come back, and we're talking, and Spady says, man, your kids are just... We talked about this the other day. Just well-behaved kids. He's like, this is going to sound shitty, but I mean it in a good way. But he's like, I have no idea how you have such good kids because it seems like you just don't give a about anything. I'm like, yeah, well, work hard, play hard. And like at work, I think that people are probably like, man, this guy's a real stick in the mud.
Cork sucker.
Yeah. And but my filter has fallen off. There's just been a whole lot lately, and I don't know, my filter's fallen off. And
Like
I
at
found
work, you mean, or in general?
at work even. And I found myself like making comments.
You pretty passive aggressive.
I don't think Dave's the passive aggressive type.
It's more just aggressive. But I don't know. I just spot things and notice things, and then I find myself, and then I'll think of these all the time. And the first thing to go is I'm always thinking of something like, oh, this mother lover, and I'm like, daggone, pants up to his tit wearing ass my whatever, and keep going. But I just think that. But here in the last couple weeks, I feel like my face has been saying, like, letting loose what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then the couple weeks past that, like, I feel like my mouth has just been saying what my head is saying. But then it hits me, oh, God dang it, Dave, get your shit together. Get your shit together.
So
I
you're
want
not
to read a text message, but I can after further review.
okay. So I don't know if it's like bullying, But
it's not. But
I think to your point of making fun of people, it's not necessarily making fun of people. I mean, you're not just picking out that one kid that can't climb the rope at gym class because he's a big back.
Right.
Like, there are, like, other full growth. Like, you're not picking on kids.
Right. I'm just like if there's somebody in a full display of douchebaggery.
You're calling a spade a spade.
A real prickly one, though. Like, I'll, jump in there like teeth showing.
The thing of it is, like, for me, I'll get that way, and I notice it when I'm off center, whether it's just stressed or a lot of stuff going on. Because generally, I've always lived by the motto of, like, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. So my style has always been like, hey, good to see you, bud. Like I'm very much like a personable person. But, like, when I'm in a bad mood, like, the personable person goes away, and I cut deep and sharp. Where we had something going on, we were dealing with something at work, and I just went full, like, old lawyer defense attorney mode. And one of the guys texted me. He's like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, I didn't know you had that in you. And I was like, oh, that was on volume level 3. Like, get to 10 and figure out, like, what's going on. And he's like, I don't want to see that. He goes, I thought you were just this nice guy that was good at his job, but you can be an absolute ass. And I'm like, yeah, I can. But I don't want to be, because then I feel bad.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, hey, I'm just a little off. Like, I need a Snickers bar. Like, I need a nap. Like, need to not be here and to not be that way. Because I don't want to be that guy that nobody wants to be around. But, like, to your point, I don't see it as, like, making fun of people. Like, you cut through the bullshit that they hear all day that, like, oh, hey, you're a great employee. Like, you're awesome. You're excellent. Instead, it's like, you're a waste of air because you don't get your job done. I don't have a problem with what you're saying because I do the exact same thing.
There's been many times before in a previous employment that I had where we worked with an individual that was rough and gruff and one cool thing about it is I loved him. I loved him to death. Everybody was scared shitless of this old. And he was one of the greatest bosses I ever worked for because he would he would rip your ass apart for doing something that like damn good and well you were wrong, or you know what I mean, like you screwed this up, like you've been down here for 5 hours doing this, and this is 100% not what we need. Like you're an idiot. Get up here, and we're going to talk about this. And he'd get you on the ground. And he'd rip your ass, and up one side and down the other. And then he'd say, now get your ass back in there and fix it. You know what I mean? And then you'd go down there and you'd do it, And then the first couple times that happened, I would just kind of like cower like a bitch and just think, oh, I'm screwed. I'm so much trouble and all this shit, But then like the next night, you'd come back to work and he'd send you back down there to do some other kind of like tactical job that, like he would just pick me out of the squad to go do something because he knew that I could do it.
He was an effective leader.
He was a very good leader. And the cool thing about it was it didn't matter. Like me, I'd probably only been operating maybe 3 or 4 years at that time. But, he would rip my ass just like he would rip your ass, and you've been doing it for 25 years. You know what I mean? It didn't matter who you were. If you deserved it, you were going to get it.
I think one of the biggest problems... Go ahead and get
in the water.
I'm going to get my white New Balances on, and I'm going to get off my lawn. But I think that is one of the biggest problems in a lot of places of employment. Mm-hmm. We like to blame there's no good employees or there's no good talent. You have a hard time with good managers and directors and leaders because they don't lead in that style, because they're afraid as soon as they go down to Brenda's workstation and tell Brenda that she's a complete up,
Brenda's going to go to
HR and then it's going to be a problem. And I think that's like, you want to fix some of these things. Like, I'm a firm believer in strong leadership, and I think that, and also I've taken an MBA class with leadership, got an A in it, no big deal. Probably one of my favorite classes thus far.
And humble.
Thank you.
Very humble.
But like what you learn though is like effective leaders are able to
Jurisprudence.
Jurisprudence. I got Dr. Jurisprudence. But like I think that like you're talking like in that situation.
Now
that
I need to clarify because this isn't necessarily about work by any means. Like I've been calling out some mofos out loud. Like I drive past the daggone detention center in Dubois County every day on the way to work and get pissed off at the people on the drunk scooter, you know, the daggone DUI
ripping
thing.
darts.
And then I just like pick them apart for everything about them, from like the way their shoes look to the way they're driving that piece of shit tax-funded goddamn moped. I'm just saying, in general, I've been extra harsh.
Yeah, but
Now that we're now that we're viral, I don't need anybody thinking this is a bitch about you know, the hand that feeds me.
Yeah, you can't,
it ain't.
You don't want to bite that.
yeah, no, you don't.
No.
But I mean, like some of those people. Now I represented a guy for a hot minute that was a scooter guy that I knew his.
There are several.
I knew his tattoos that he had, and I never gave him any gruff because I knew what his tattoos were. But
I think the
I
thing
worked with a guy that had a naked lady, and she was like perfect, like as far as anatomically correct, you know. Stretched all the way up his arm, old biker guy, but her face was just like remember the yellow smiley face, like the two dots, and that was her face.
oh, that's cool.
And
what was the significance behind that?
so I asked one time, I looked at him, I was like, man, there's like a whole lot of work in there just to end up on that. He's like, what, you don't like it? I was like, no, it's a nice tattoo. He's like, it's my mom. Just to see what you say.
You know what I'm not a big fan of?
What's that?
Which I find myself doing it a lot. That I wish, like, introspective.
Introspectively.
I wish I could change more of it, but like, I really don't like a whole bunch of like do as I say, not as I do type shit. Does that make sense?
I'm one of those guys. I'm a big preacher. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, like I don't like that.
I want my kids to do better than me, though.
Well, sure, but I'm not. I'm just saying, like on a professional level, like you know what I mean, like. It's tough for me. I'm going to tread lightly here just because, but like I'm not a dumbass.
No.
Some would say I am, but like intellectually.
Well, some can go themselves.
Intellectually, like I know what the difference is between right and wrong.
I know shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? I like know the difference between right and wrong. Okay. And in my line of work, there is numerous ways to skin the proverbial cat. You know what I mean? Like there's, at the end of the day, we all have to canoe down the same creek and get to the same spot.
Lots of tributaries, though.
Right. And there's ways that you can do things differently.
Yeah, you can flip your canoe in the first stretch and
Exactly.
then still float down all right.
With me, with some guys that are not as tenured, doesn't have as much seniority, haven't been there as long, or they're young, fresh into the workforce and stuff like that, to where whenever you're working, like they know what needs to be done. And there is a right way and a wrong way to do it. Even though the wrong way, you're going to get it done.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on
But you got to be able to tell these kids or people that you're working with, like, hey, dumb shit, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't do it that way. You got to do it this way. And then, like,
But is that your personal preference, or is that fact?
both, I guess, or
If that's just the way they like to row their canoe.
or it's the way you were taught, and you know that that's kind of like industry standard or like SOP. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, man, like, I know what you got going on. Like, I can definitely see your wheels turning, but like so-and-so is not going to dig that. So you got to do it this way.
Yeah.
And then this new generation, which is fine, they're smart kids. They're very smart.
Some of them.
Yes, I won't take it away from them. But like, I'm not saying that their work ethic is lacking, because like we've talked about this before, like the days of the shit jobs, you know what I mean? Like I just it doesn't seem like they're there as much as they used to be, like when we were younger. But it's like, hey man, like I told you what to do. We got to do it this way. And I'm not a boss, but I know how the boss wants shit done. And if he shows up and we're doing it the way you're doing it, I'm not going down with you. So you might as well, do it the way we're supposed to do it and just swallow it and do it and get it over with.
Well, and that's
And I don't know if that's bullying or not.
No.
Like calling them an idiot, or whatever. Like, hey, dipshit. Like, what are you doing that for?
Well,
but then at the end of the day, they look back and you're like, oh, yeah, that makes total sense now.
Well, but what some of that is there's that expression that experience is a great teacher. Mm-hmm. And when
Brother Love brought that up that day about experience.
But
I don't think he's coming back, by the way.
No, not a chance.
Not a chance, no.
But when you look at like the experience of doing things, in my line of work now, being a desk jockey, and we redline contracts and we try to do our part, and some of these contracts that you get from like major companies that we're not even a flea on their ass.
Right.
And we go through and you redline it like it's no tomorrow. Like, that's fine and dandy, but in the end, that's not what's going to happen. And we see it on some other stuff too, where it's like these contracts are terrible. Yeah, we can go redline all this stuff that we don't like, but in 5 years of experience, this is what I know is going to get the agreement. So what do? We wait to submit it week of. We get it processed. We get it done. Everybody's happy. But like, it's one of those things where, like, that's the difference. This is why, like, my legal education was great, because I didn't have a lot of the professors that got out of law school and then just started teaching, because experience is a great teacher. And those kids will learn, but the tough part that you have is sometimes you feel like you're smashing your thumb in the door, but they don't pick up on, oh, I get what you're saying now, because the person that approves this or supervises it.
They're very literal thinkers.
They're literal thinkers.
In my experience.
To that extent, yeah, literal, but they're also like, well, this isn't how we were taught to do it at X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Yeah, but you have a lot of people say, this is what the book tells you how it's done, but this is what happens in the real world. Like, this is what happens when this goes on. Like, it's the same thing. Like, you get your first criminal case, and you're like, well, this is a prime example. I have more than once in my career as a criminal defense attorney, they didn't read me my Miranda rights. Well, did you say anything? No, they didn't talk to me. Well, then there's no violation of your Miranda rights. What do you mean? Well, Miranda takes effect if it's a custodial interrogation. Well, they had me in handcuffs in the back of the car. Okay, did they ask you any questions? No. I said, okay, well, then there's nothing here that you can do. Well, that doesn't make sense, because they arrested me and they didn't read me my rights until I got to the jail. I was like, okay, well, did the sheriff's deputy talk to you in the car? Yeah, we talked about the weather. Okay, well, did you incriminate yourself in anything in the weather? No. Okay, well, then we're going to stop.
I wouldn't have shot that bitch if it was sunny.
Well, I had a case where that was reported. Anyway.
Oh, God.
But
bullying. We're not.
I feel like we got off the rail.
We're not bullies, but I'm pretty good at making fun of people too. But I mean, in a
you know, where I worked with this old cat named Larry, and they had built this.
Shout out, Larry.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say his last name,
but I'm gonna describe him to a T.
Oh,
he's got a slight gimp. He's got dark rimmed glasses. Still lives at home with his mom.
But I had this. What do you call it? Gosh dang it! Platform you stand on above everything else, but it's freestanding. It's got a name. It's not a platform. I guess you call it a platform, but it's anyway. It's up there.
What in the hell?
Pulpit?
No, I wasn't a preacher.
A scissor lift?
No, gosh dang it!
Man lift?
No, it's a freestanding permanent structure.
Freestanding, a platform. Good
yeah,
job,
but
Dave.
there's another name for it. Anyway, so I had this thing, and I had
Is your wife sending dirty text right now?
No.
And we would sit up there, though, and I oversaw this, like, automated cell. So there's no people in it, just robots. And I'd watch them all day, and everything was pretty well running. And I'd just sit up there, me and old Larry.
Like a perch?
Well, there's another name. It ain't a perch.
Eagle's nest?
No, it's more of a industrial term.
Oh, okay.
Observatory tower.
No, God dang it. I'll come up with it later.
Tree stand.
But at any rate, we would just sit there and talk shit about everybody.
The robots?
No, all the people beyond the robots.
Oh, boy.
And just talk shit for hours. And that was probably the
Best job you ever had?
best times I ever had at a job. I'll say that.
That's kind of like that book question that I brought up a couple years ago about, like, if all of your peers around you in your immediate circle wrote a book specifically about you, like good, bad, or indifferent, would you read it? Like, if you started reading it, you had to read it, you couldn't quit, or would you just pass on the whole thing? And, like, Dave, I think you said you wouldn't read it. Casey, I think you said you were 100%.
I thought I said I would read it.
Or maybe you would. I don't remember who said what.
I don't even remember this conversation.
But it was like, I mean, yes,
it.
we do that all the time, like with people that are, like, we see in town, like just walking or driving or doing whatever they're doing in their own worlds, and you're like, what the f*** is that
That's
guy
what I'm
doing?
talking about. With like, I just been seeing people, and the problem is normally I keep it to myself, but now here lately I feel like I've been vocalizing it.
Like
Not necessarily to a
them?
person.
Like driving
no,
down
no.
the road.
Hey, asshole! It's noontime. Put on pants instead of your pajama pants.
Yeah, like, hey, you can't park there, but like really they're like in a wreck or something, you know, like shit like that.
Hey, get your damn car off the road.
I've just been sharing my thoughts with others about those type of things.
Because you have a level of frustration right now.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You have a level
Like I
of
say, my
frustration.
filter is just normally I think it to myself and chuckle. Good one.
Hey, did you see Brenda in the break room? My God, she doesn't need another Snickers. Fat bitch. Is that what you're going through, Dave?
No, none of this is working.
Dave,
Man,
you know I
George,
have.
George's old lady must have really forgot to buy him some deodorant. That motherfucker stunk today.
Dave, you realize I am.
Damned his shoe has laces. How the do you get those?
You do realize I'm the director of HR. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling you this stuff now. But I love being like in public setting at places, like especially like certain events
People watching.
and the people watching comments. If we could,
Jenna can get in.
Oh, Justine and I, God damn it, we're good at it.
it is
At a restaurant or anywhere, like we talked about the kraut ball experience
Yeah,
over there
yeah.
at the restaurant, and we got into another one at the same restaurant where this woman must have been like showing a bunch of like Japanese or Chinese clients that were in town and talking about her son and how he used to do this and that, but now he's better and all this shit. Justine and I are like, these poor Asian people give no f***s about your kid. Like, they just want to know.
You're a degenerate kid. They just want to know what's good here at the Schnitzel Box.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Yes.
I don't know. But I think everybody does it. I think everybody does it to a
I guess
T.
I've been feeling, a little negative on myself because I'm not a bullier, but I could be a great bully.
Oh,
Like I could be.
because you have been bullied.
Oh
before.
yeah,
But
I've
I
been in
think-
And I know
shoes.
every trick
But
in the book.
I think-
Hypocritical is the word I was looking for a second ago.
But for your platform, that doesn't.
No,
okay.
no.
But I think like bullying is like
I know
there's
there's-
like a consistent state. Like
there's
you
this-
see one person, one time, one comment, like you're just entertaining yourself.
There's this little bastard that works with me every day that keeps hiding my water jug.
Oh, shit stick.
Yeah. And one of these days, I told him today,
That's your water jug.
yeah,
Don't bring
like I
your
had my
fucking
water
in there.
jug, and like I went into the bathroom and went into the stall, and then I heard him come in to take a piss, and then like he walked out, well, then I washed my hands and was getting ready to go back to work, and like my water jug was missing. And I was like, that little fucker. So I knew it had to be somewhere in the breaker or in the locker room area or the bathroom or in the shower or wherever, you know. So I go back and I find it.
He's googling the
Oh, yeah.
industrial platform.
Mezzanine.
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 The mezzanine. There you go. So I find it, and a couple hours later we're going back for somewhere else. He's like, "Hey, did you find your water jug earlier?" I was like, "Yeah, you little shit. I knew that you was you when you came in there, and you're lucky I didn't go into the break room and take a shit in your lunchbox because that was going to be my next step." But I didn't.
You didn't. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. We could talk about it for days, but it is now time for Brado's 3 Big Things, brought to you by our buddies over there at Merkley and Sons. I stopped by there yesterday, by the way. Saw Bradley and John Boy. They were cutting up like actual beef product. Yeah, they weren't just like talking, hanging out, because they were there. They're hanging out. So, anyways, all right, here we go. Brado sent us 3 new things here for the week. 1.19 million. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day on July 1. That's how much the New York Mets are paying Bobby Bonilla each year.
30 years, wasn't it?
Though he hasn't even played a professional baseball game in more than 20 years. Yeah, he deferred his salary.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Was it like $12 million or no, like $8 million? And he was like, "No, you just pay me over the next."
I think it was more than that, but he just deferred it, which was a smart move. Brado here, I'd say that's pretty good work by the agent, huh, Dutchman? Either that or Bobby Bonilla was a pretty smart guy that realized, hey, I've seen so many tragic stories of guys going broke. And here's a way to make sure that I get at least a lump sum payment.
Have you guys noticed, which I know you probably haven't because it's not in our genre that we predominantly listen to, but have you noticed the sudden influx of new music from Bruno Mars?
Nope.
Right. So I haven't either. But
he owes Vegas some money.
$100 million is what I heard. So that
degenerate gambler, he must not be good at it.
100%. That's what the kid I was working with was saying, is that he's like, "Hey, do you notice all these Bruno Mars songs?" And I was like, "No, dude, I don't listen to 96.1 ever, And he's like, "Well, neither do I, but like it's just, my mom does and stuff, and whatever."
My mom does.
But and it's like he's coming out with a whole bunch of new music, and it comes to find out it's because he's broke.
Yeah.
Which everybody thought that was the reason that Tyson did the Jake Paul fight too. That was one of the big speculations, is because Tyson was broke.
Yeah, but he's been broke before.
Yeah.
So
somebody knows how to be broke.
Yeah. I don't know. However, I mean, to the agent, that's good because he'll take his 3 to 5% every year off that, unless he took it up front, which probably did take it up front. He took his money up front, and then but
an old Bobby Bonilla took it in the back.
I think he's got a handful of years.
It's not Bonilla.
Bonilla.
It's Bonilla.
Yeah.
Nia.
But I think he's got maybe a decade more or so yet of the deferred payments. But that's
could be vanilla.
Could be, but it's not. But that's kind of like Shohei Ohtani, that big contract he signed out of Los Angeles.
Oh, big, tall Asian fella.
Yes, sir.
Because
they're wondering if he's human or not.
Because he deferred a lot of that, and a lot of the deferment was about avoiding California taxes. Because it'll be Japan has, so they think like once he's done playing, he'll go back to Japan, where the tax implication on it is a lot less.
Ditched that little handler he had. That guy was robbing him blind.
Spending his money, too.
Yeah.
Those guys all know. Social connections, having friends can help you live longer, and there's research to support it. So stop ordering takeout and binge watching TV alone and try to put yourself out there. From Brado. All right, Dutchman, what expert advice can you give on how to broaden your friend circle?
Start a podcast.
That's right.
So you sit down every week with the same two other guys.
I can't tell you how many people, "Hey, Dutchman!" And I'm like, "Hey, who the are you?"
I had a guy literally come up today. Justine and I went to Rule King, and we were walking in the store, and some kid was like, "How's it going, buddy? Long time no see." And I'm thinking, oh, shit. No clue. Absolutely none. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, don't you remember me? I worked at so-and-so back 8 years ago with da-da-da." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, how you doing, pal?" And it's like,
oh, you went with the pal.
no clue. Yeah. Man, I've slept since then.
So really, that's not a Dutchman thing that the guy worked with you previously.
No, not with me. He worked with a friend of mine. After it came back, and I had to really think, I do.
So really, everything
He
just
just put
told
the
us
most
was bullshit.
important part of the story in. Then.
Yeah.
He worked with a guy that you worked with, and he watched.
Absolutely not. He worked with a friend of mine that I would frequent this establishment, so he kind of knew who I was.
So it has nothing to do with the podcast.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Not at all. That's what we're trying to get through. Here's what I'd say, Brado. I don't know that I need to broaden my friend circle as much as I need to just keep what I have in good working order. So,
Attaboy. Words to live by.
Here's the big thing. Very social butterfly. I can shake a lot of hands at places and say hi to folks, and I'm totally 100%. But there's a small Rolodex of people like when I need something, those are who my friends are. I have a lot of acquaintances.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just do that. But yeah, I mean, Brado, what you're telling us is, all the longevity experts say those that have social interaction consistently do live longer, unless you do a podcast where you're consuming beverages and large quantities.
Yeah, well.
Late night Denny's trips.
No, I can't wait
to see that guy that poor bastard ain't got much going for him.
Hey, boy. Back again.
Back again, eh?
Is
Yeah,
that bowling?
Yeah.
We want them zesty nachos.
We
You ain't got no chip.
You ain't got no chips.
Chip. We'll take about fries. We need a Bull Ranch. Don't you remember that last time? Happy 4th of July, which in real time, we're recording on July 3rd, so it is tomorrow. Not a headline, but I just wanted to wish the Dutchmen and the listeners a happy 4th of July to the greatest country out there. What are some of the Dutchmen's favorite ways to celebrate?
Listening to Paul Harvey, drinking copious amounts of alcohol. Remembering about those silly Brits that thought they could tell us what to do from way over on the other side of the pond. Those guys.
That's right.
And then the other guys that think they can tell us what to do.
The bad thing of it is, we've talked about it, like if somebody from 17 whatever would come back, they would be absolutely ashamed of what has come of this. The principles are still there, but the practicality of it, not there at all.
Now, they could say, so who's the queen or king? Nobody. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Maybe we should have thought this.
I like to hang out with friends, eat good food, find a way to cool off because it's usually hotter than balls in Indiana, July 4th, and
Have a fair amount of beers.
watch some fireworks.
Yeah.
I haven't bought fireworks in ever, and I was
We
thinking
haven't
about doing it. I just really want to blow something up. You know what I mean?
Well, so we've younger years, 4th of July was get knocked down.
Mama Lindemann.
Drag. Well, yeah, Mama Lindemann was not a big fireworks fan. We kind of worked on her as we got older to do it. That old nurse of her working nights when you'd see people with malign fingers and missing stuff. So she wasn't a big firework person, but we've kind of grown into it. Now, I will say what we have done for our children in years
Snakes and sparklers.
now as
what
it's
people
come on is we have gone all out. So our plan for tomorrow, I was on Amazon earlier in the week, and we've got a sweet little inflatable water thing. Like it's like a bounce house inflatable, but it's water and all that. So the kids are stoked. But we do it for the kids. We'll go up and I'll light a bunch of fireworks off. Spent some money over there at Marvina's. Shout out free ad to Marvina's. They were great over there. I don't know what I bought. I just kind of stayed within budget. And really, they give so they do the green tag thing at Marvina's where you can get that second one for 99 cents. So I just bought I was green tag shopping except for the two finales.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically
Two finales, huh?
well, one's kind of the pre-finale, and then there's the
Multi-level
finale.
show.
Yeah,
I'll say we've been home before, and they were going. You were up there going nutty, and the kids are out there on the roof just watching.
And they love it. Our kids love it. We've got some of the little glow sticks in the red, white, and blue, and they'll put them on. And I'll look down there as a proud father, looking at the kids there laughing and giggling.
That'd be.
Man, I ought to shoot Roman candles from between my legs floating on my pool float tomorrow.
Will
probably
you go buy a pack of cigarettes?
No, sir.
And get a cigarette lit, and then just light your fireworks with your cigarette.
No, sir. We
That's
got
what my dad always.
we got a fresh lighter. Now we've only had, knock on wood, my older brother and I. We had a close call where one of them didn't get up off the ground very well, and just enough time through the earplugs to hear "oh shit," and we both took off running, and we had like the concussion ringing, and he was talking to me, and I was like,
What?
I don't know what you're like. And Janelle later was like, what happened on that one? I was like, I don't know. Like, it just didn't, it wasn't going to be one of those 40-footers. It was going to be a 4-footer. And we hustled the hell out of there.
Hit the deck.
Yeah, that's about what it was. But we do them, the kids, like, it gets this time of year, and they're like, hey, did you get fireworks? You get fireworks? And the kids came home from grandma's house, and Ryan was like, Dad, I saw fireworks out in the garage. I was like, yeah, but that's for the neighbors. They're not ours. And he was like, what? Really? And I was like, those Masoner kids behaved better this
We were
year.
walking into the Rule King today, and Justine like started to chuckle to herself, and I'm like, "What are you laughing at?" And she's like, "I thought that thing said big dong."
Yeah.
And it said big dog, like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like the big dog pack or whatever, you know. She's like, "Oh my god, I thought that said the big dong pack or whatever."
Yeah. You know, the bad thing about the fireworks situation, young Corey lives there on town, Washington Street.
Yeah.
And he's like, you'll hear it like all the
night
time.
long.
But out in the country,
It's supposed to be 11 p.m. every day, but the 4th. Then there's
Talk about the least Independence Day type of thing you can have is restriction on when you can set off explosives.
you know, the coolest thing we ever did with fireworks one time, we were in college.
Shoot them at each other.
No, we got, huh?
Yeah, she said shoot them at your butt. Oh.
We got intoxicated, and so we had a bunch of artillery shells lying
alcohol
around,
and fireworks don't mix.
and we tied them together, and we set them and ran like a charge, and it was awesome. It was awesome. And then you realize, like, we just tied like 6 of those together, like bootleg. Like, it wasn't a good idea, but it was cool.
Looked
So,
like a
What happens if
clump.
you put one down a gopher hole?
it'd blow that out.
Nah, I mean, boom, dirt goes flying.
Yeah, and that'd be the most patriotic gopher you ever got.
Hell yeah.
Probably that groundhog that still got its head in a freaking can because he didn't pick up the can.
He was trying to make a helmet. Eat his way out of a helmet.
But happy 4th of July. Unfortunately, Brado, you go to work in about a month, so that's tough for you.
Ooh.
Summer's over. Papa Frank has always said you hit 4th of July, summer's over. So it is there. But, hey, it is time for us to wrap up this show. And we're going to have one more trip around the table. And that's brought to you by our buddy, Todd Hayes of Hayes Heating and Air. All right, Smoke Dragon, what you got?
Well, as you guys are listening to this out there, I realize that you celebrated 4th of July listening to an episode a week ago, 2 weeks ago now, I guess.
Week ago.
A week ago. But hope you had a great time. Hope you got back to work with all your fingers and toes. And, you know, God bless America.
Big fella?
Yeah, stay hydrated for all those guys out in the heat working. Nobody gets. Don't be a hero. If you
Yep.
need a drink of water, get a damn drink of water. Stay positive. Keep on your stick.
Keep on your stick.
Keep
with-
on your stick with the ice, and yeah, I don't have anything else other than keep on keeping on.
There we go. Big thank you to Dubois County Tire and Supply, Celebration Ice, Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance, and of course Todd Hayes up there with Hayes Heating and Air. Sorry, Austin, you're not going to get mentioned because it's not your business; it's Dad's business. But he's the right
Been
hand
working
man.
his ass off at my house.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Anyways, nothing major here. When you have a big life event, you take time to think about how blessed you are, and we very much are. We got a good village around us. Mrs. Smoker dropped off a nice meal of lasagna and salad and garlic bread, and it was well appreciated. I'm sure Dave was in there slaving away at the stove.
Oh, yeah.
all day there. But no, it's just great. We've had good people that are good friends that reached out. How's everybody doing? How's everything going? And everything is going good. Knock on wood. I did tell Janelle I'd be back by 2 a.m., but
Not looking good.
not looking good. So she'll love that one. But hey, you win some, you lose some. And with that,
Dutchman out.